I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. This is what I am sharing with you today. If you've watched my videos before, I try and do a craft along video every Friday evening, just showing you how to do a nice fun fold or a spot of gift packaging or a wow on the inside card. And this week, this is what we are making. This is definitely a wow on the inside. I will run through the products that I've used. As a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I mainly use their products basically because I love them so much. There's a wide variety of different dies and stamps and designer series paper and all sorts, and I like to show you how to get the best value from your crafty purchases. So I promised you a wow on the inside. Here it is. Ta-da! Look at that, it's absolutely gorgeous. I hope you are seeing that on camera. It has got the most beautiful paper in, which is exclusive to Stampin' Up and coming out in January. So I will run through that in a minute. The other version that I just wanted to show you, I've used some of their new exclusive online products, including this gorgeous paper, which, if I remind myself, it's called Meandering Meadows. It's like proper scene paper and it looks like it's been painted. Okay, so You Are an Amazing card, and the inside, ta-da! Look at that. I'm hoping that you can pick up the gold embossing that I've done on the inside, and I've again used a die, but I've layered it twice. I'm a real fan of just stretching what you've got. So I've basically done one the wrong way round and one the right way round and just layered them, and it gives you that little forest scene. It's like you're peering through into the woods beyond, and I've just used a blending brush to do some blending might be a good word to use on the background, just with the same greens, and I've used this panel paper from the front just either side just to tie it in. So I am loving this make as well, but just to show you that the same design card can give you two completely different makes. That's what I love to do. I love to show you how to make a card and then give you a few ideas and let you go off and just get those creative juices flowing, and then share with me what you make. I really love to see them. You can always email me at createdtheottaway@gmail.com. So what did I use? The products that I used today, some are in the online exclusive and some are in this very shiny, sparkly new catalogue that is coming out in January. I can't show you inside, but you're going to get a sneaky peek anyway. And this is the celebration brochure that goes with it. If you're new to Stampin' Up, it basically means that from January the 4th to the 29th of February, every time you shop with me and you qualify for a free gift once you reach a certain amount, I think it's £45 of your order, you get to choose something for free, and there's lots of different freebies. It's paper and stamp sets and all sorts, so look out for those coming January the 4th. What did I use? I don't know where to start really. So this beautiful paper is not out till January the 4th. I'll just quickly show you that, because I'm one for just getting on with crafting, but look at this. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You get 12 by 12 pieces. Some of it I've already cut up. Look at this one. Oh, so gorgeous. But equally, the patterns are just so lovely. I love this. You get two sides to Stampin' Up paper. Look at that. And the detail on the little butterflies is just amazing. Actually, I could do a whole video just on this paper. Let me show you quick other sides. And one more. Look at that. You could just frame that, put it on your bedroom wall. Absolutely beautiful. So that's the paper that I used, and we're going to use again today. Now these die cuts are really interesting. They're already out in the current catalogue for Stampin' Up. They look nothing. Look, they're just some dies like this. Turn them over and you can see the shape on the other sides. So they're just like this. There's 4 different dies. But when you die cut them out, particularly if you die cut them out in different colours, you end up with these. Okay, and this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying purchase stuff that you can get maximum use out of. So I've obviously got these in the colours that I want today. But what is really amazing is these little bars along the bottom, if you just lined those up like that, and that one on top of there, like that, and then this one on top, like so. So 4, look at that, the way it layers those pieces of die, and it looks like foliage. So on the front of my card, I've used it as a window box decoration, you can see, just there. And on the inside of my card, I've just glued it behind, exactly the same though, layered it, and it gives you the bottom window box effect on there again. I just really love it. Sometimes I die cut them out just in white and then colour them as and when I need them, but they're so perfect. And you can also cut them in half and extend it. You can do all sorts of it. More of that to follow, I'm sure, in future videos. What else did I use? Oh, I used a stamp set from the new catalogue as well. This actually comes with a matching punch, as you can see. It fits perfectly inside, but I used the Sending You Lots of Love and Hugs, and I've just done that on the background there, and used the stamp there. So that's that one. I also used, this is in the current catalogue, a happy birthday stamp. I've got a happy birthday stamp that I have used to death. You know, one of those, you always have a favourite, don't you? And you just gravitate back to it all the time. I've got this really nice font that says happy birthday, and I try and use others, and then gradually I go back to that one. But it really is literally wearing out. So when I saw this set, it's got happy birthday there, happy birthday there, and happy birthday there. So it's got 3 different fonts, and it's just perfect. Different sizes, different shapes, and then it's got thinking of you, thinking of you, thinking of you, and the same with thank you and just a note. So this, I think, is going to be my go-to sentiment set. So we've used that on the front. And then the other card, so the paper I showed you was the Meandering Meadows. That's an online exclusive. There's just loads of scenes there, really beautiful papers. That was a bit quick, wasn't it? Sorry. So look, really lovely. That one's upside down. But you can see how you can cut them up into panels and make really beautiful cards with them. So lots of scenes there. And then the die set that I used is this one, also from the new catalogue, called Delicate Forest Dies. And that is the die that I've die cut twice and just layered in there. So one that way and one that way, and it just gives that forest scene. The actual stamp that I used on the background there is a retired one, but I love the sentiment. May the dreams you hold dearest come true, and the kindness that you share come back to you. Beautiful stamp. So that's one that I just keep hanging around because I love it so much. And I think that's it. I think I've shown you all the things, apart from the very important archway, window, whatever you want to call it, die, which comes again in the online exclusives, and it's actually the Garden Meadow dies. So there's a garden gate, there's a watering can, there's some grass and some bushes and a wheelbarrow and all sorts, but this is the die that I've used from that for our archway. I think that's it. So I'm really sorry because I've used quite a few things from different sets, but I had this one in particular in my head, and I just needed to get on and do it. So shall we craft together? What do we need? Pop-up window card. I didn't know what else to call it really. I think some designs that I've seen online have been called tunnel cards. I did think about that, but because it's like a window, that's what I've called it, a pop-up window card. Very little supplies. You need a piece of base card that is 8 2/8 by 5 7/8. Oh, screenshot this by the way so you can come back to it. It's also in centimetres there as well. And then the inside pop-up panel is 8 inches by 5 3/4. So it's just ever so slightly smaller, and we do some school lines on that. And the rest of it is really how you decorate it yourself. Which paper you use, which dies you use, what stamp sets you use. You can make the same design over and over and just make it a real wow, and completely different. And I just love that about crafting. So, shall I stop waffling and let's craft? So I need my paper trimmer. And the first thing I need is I need to cut my base card. Now I've got a couple of pieces of card here already cut. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that they are the right size and that will cut down my work and the time that you have to watch me. So this needs to be 8 2 Oh, that was really lucky. Just about 8 2 by 5 7/8. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do is stamp on the background. So before I do any scoring, I need to find the middle of the card. So at 4 1 let's cut that cutting blade out of the way. So 4 1 is half of the 8 2. And where the cutting line is, I'm just putting the faintest little pencil mark there. And I'm actually going to stamp on that line now. Okay. So I've got a tiny little dot there, and I'm going to use this stamp set and the sending you lots of love and hugs. And I'm going to do a little bit of a tip or a trick, whichever you want to call it. Okay. So the colours that are in my paper, Stampin' Up very kindly lists them on the back of the paper. And one of the colours is Lost Lagoon, which is this colour. It's sort of like a greeny bluey colour. It's not green and it's not blue, it's somewhere in between. So I'm just going to stamp that. But before I do, what I want to do is those little dots that are on that piece there, I want to do them a different colour. Now because they're only little dots, I don't have to wipe them off or anything. I can just use my Stampin' Right marker, which is perfect for using on stamps, and I'm just colouring those dots with Gorgeous Grape, which is another colour that's in this paper that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to put that out of the way. Oh, I see my little pencil mark there, and I'm sort of aiming for that. And I'm hoping that I've done it straight because I'm at an angle so that I don't keep banging the camera. So hopefully you can see that. Let's just put that on the top of there. So the words are in green and the tiny little dots have come out in Gorgeous Grape. Easy peasy. So let's do some of the flowers around it. So I am looking for this stamp here, and I've already unpeeled it so it was a bit quicker. So that's there. Let's put that back in there so I don't lose it. Okay, so another little tip. So if it's a polymer stamp like this, it's bendy and you can do lots with it. So if I just lay it straight on, it's going to be straight, but I actually want it to curve round my sentiment. So I'm going to place it on there, and then I'm just literally curving it ever so slightly round. And then what I do is I place it onto the ink pad so that all of the foliage is green, but I didn't do the flower, and the flower is now going to be Gorgeous Grape. So just like that, and I'm hoping that when I stamp it, it's going to come out just right. So let's have a look at that. Ta-da! Okay, so again I've got Lost Lagoon and some gorgeous grape, and I'm just going to repeat that for the other side. So I literally just place my stamp so the flower overhangs, and then I colour the end, the floral, the petals, I should say, in gorgeous grape. And this time I'm going to do it round the top like so, and it just gives a little curve on the stamping. Okay, so now I could do another one either side, but I don't really want to do that, so I'm going to do a little bit of doodling instead. So I'm just going to use the other end of my Stampin' Right marker, and I'm just going to put 3 little dots, because then that will tie in with those dots there. I'm going to do another one there, another one there, another one there. Where else? Maybe over here. I'm going to get carried away now, aren't I? So I'm going to stop at that. Okay, so I've just done an extra little bit of dots so it doesn't look such a big white space, but it doesn't look over stamped as well. So now this is the back of my card, so now I need to score it. So I'm going to bring this back in, and I know that it's 8.2 eighths, or 8 2/8. So at 4 1/8, just about there, I am going to score right through the middle of that sentiment. Okay, make sure it's nice and crisp, and then what happens is that is the inside of my card. Okay, so when I put my frame over, you're going to see that through. Now I could have just stamped on a panel and added that in afterwards, but I don't need to do that. It's just an extra piece of work. So that's the back of my card. Okay, so I'm going to put that to one side, and now I'm going to bring in my other piece, which is going to make this front piece. So this needs to be 8 inches by 5 3/4. Let's see if we're going to be so lucky with this. It does look about the right size. Oh, I think I'll get away with that. 8 inches by 5 3/4. Woo! Okay, so it's 8 inches and I need 4 panels, but I'm only going to do 2 at the moment. So I'm going to do one either end at 2 inches. So 2 inches there. Okay. And then I'm going to spin it round and do 2 inches there, just because it is easier. Okay. And the middle piece, so if I just fold those up so you can see, the middle piece has not got any panels at the moment. So what I need to do is now add some designer series paper to the middle, and that is going to be this piece here. Okay, so this time I'm going for a different colour. So I've got this. It feels terrible to hide that, but I'm going to go for it. So that is going to go on there. Now the size of this needs to be slightly smaller than the 4 inches. So it's 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. So let's do that. So it was 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. Okay, Tombow glue. I always use Tombow glue because of the wiggle room. So you can put it on and slide it around a little bit. So that is just going on there. And then the panels either side, they need to be 1 7/8, ta-da, by 5 5/8. Now I am going to put an edge on this piece, just because I really do want the panels to pop off of the white card. Now if you're using a coloured card, you might not need to do this. That's one side. I don't know if you can see actually, so if I go along there, can you see that it sort of frames the edge of the paper? Rather than having no edge, it gives it an edge. And that's what I really want on this paper, because I want this paper to be the star of the show, because it's so gorgeous. And don't forget, this is not available till the 4th of January, but when it is, you can shop with me at creativetheottaway.co.uk and select the shop tab. So I think this paper is going to sell out. So can you see this is the other side of that paper? So that is just going to go on there, like so. Oh, that is gorgeous paper. I quite like that on a bedroom wall, or actually in a frame. My bedroom is green, so maybe I could get away with it. Actually, I should say our bedroom is green, because it's not just mine. Okay, there you go. Already I love that. I'd be quite happy just sticking that on the inside of a card without die cutting anything. So that's that. Now what I need to do is die cut my archway from the middle. So this die is going to be die cut from there, and I'm going to go off and do that. It should take 2 minutes, and that will give you a chance to catch up. Let's have a look if that's die cut out. Okay, now because it's got such a lovely pattern on this die, what happens is, is that going to come? Please come. Oh, that was lucky. You know when you have one of those moments that you just hold your breath? So what you can see has happened is you've got this lovely detail around this archway, but you're also left with this lovely detail that I'm going to use for the front. So the next thing I need to do is split this middle panel in half. So at 4 inches, I'm just going to score the top and the bottom, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to bring that over like so, and I'm going to fold it back like that, fold it back like that, and then back over like that, and that gives you that piece. So if I bring our card back in, which is here, okay, so when I put that on there and there, you can see how quickly it comes together. So on this panel I'm putting some glue, because it's as easy as that. Okay, and I'm just going to line that up. Now remember, I'm using Tombow glue because it gives me a bit of wiggle, and it allows me to make sure that my panel is in the middle. So when I'm happy with that, I press it down like so, and then this one comes over, put some glue on this side. I hope that you love making this card as much as I have, and I cannot wait to see all your variations. Now I bring this one up to that side and just line it where I think it should be, and press but not too much, because I want to make sure that my card closes. And then when I'm sure, I just press it down till I think that panel is glued. And there you have the inside of your card. So now we just need to do this window piece here, but I'm going to decorate the front first. So I have got a piece of this, which is the same as the inside. Now this is 5.5 by 3 3/4, just for the front. And I'm going to do the same as I did with the panels. Just go around the edge, like so. Just there and there. Just so it makes it pop off from the white. And this is just going to be glued straight on, because the star of the show is the inside. Okay, so that's that. And that's just going to go on the front. Let's turn it so we can see together. Just line that up where I think it should be. Okay. And then this arch, I'm going to go around that edging as well, because it has got a white edge. Okay, just to take away that whiteness where it's on the white card. Just around there. And again, I'm going to glue that straight on, because I'm going to have the window box detail on the front as well. So that is just going to go on the middle, like so. Or about there, I think. And that's there. Okay. Now for the window box, completely made up. It's not even a real window box. I've got a piece of card. I've got crumb cake because it's the same as the back. And I think it's 1 1/4. Yeah, 1 1/4 by 3. And I've scored at either end 1/4 inch. And I've also scored long ways 1/4 inch. And basically that's going to make just that. Okay. Scissors, I need some scissors, because I'm also going to, what do I need to do? I need to take off that tab. So let me do one and then I can show you. Okay, let's move that out the way again. So what I've done is, if I get that little bit back, I've just taken off that bottom rectangle and cut it over the diagonal there. So I'll do the same that side. Because I want it to fold fairly flat for posting or to fit in an envelope. So those bits go around there and that bit comes up there. Okay, like so. So it's just like that. It's not even a proper window box, is it? Okay. Let's just trim that a little bit, I think, because it's catching. And I don't want it to do that. Sorry, I keep going quiet, don't I? Because I'm talking to myself. Right, that bit goes around there, that bit goes around there. So I've just angled that a little bit as well. So that is going to be glued on there. But the first thing I'm going to do is put my window box detail on the front. So to do that, I turn it over. And I've already decided that this is going to be the front. So that. So put some glue on this bit, just on that little base piece there. and this will go right along in the middle there. Now at the moment, don't worry about this actually. Let's chop that off now because we're not going to need that bit. So that's our first piece of the window. And then I've got these ones, and I've got a little bit of this because it's really bright, just to lift everything. So the next thing, I think I need something that's sort of sticking out here. So I'm going to use this one next. Maybe there. Okay. So that's going to be my next one. So again, I put glue on there and I match it up to there. Exactly the same. And now when I have a look, I've got two layers. This one, should we do this one next? So that will be, oh actually no, let's do this one next because I've got two the same pattern. So this is going to be next. That is going to go, I'm going to cut that in half. Do you know why? Because this bit is sticking down. So this bit is going to go there. Exactly where it should be. Oh, because I put glue on it, it's sticking to me. And this bit, where do we want this bit? I think we want it about there, don't we? So let's put some glue on that. Actually, let's do this one next. Chopping and changing, chopping and changing. So that's going to be there. And then we'll put this one there. Okay. And then the last one is this one. And that is going to go on the back of that, like so. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take off any that are hanging over, or bend them round actually, like so. So that is my window box. So I am going to put some glue on here and some glue on the sides, just like so. And I'm going to use that edge as my guide, and that is my window box detail, just like so. And what else do I need? Just my sentiment, so I'll do that in a moment. And on the inside I need to do the window detail here. So remember how we put those on top of each other? Well, I'm going to do the same, but first of all I'm going to fold them in half. So I'm going to fold them in half like so, and where that middle bit is where I'm going to put it behind. Okay, so I'm going to fold it in half like so, fold it in half, all of them folded in half, like that. And I'm going to use the purple one first because it's already a green archway. So I've put glue on there and there, and I just find the centre and I stick it down like that, and I just tuck that round. Okay, like that. And then I'll do the next one, which I think I'm going to do green, like that just layers up underneath like that. And then the next one, and it's as simple as that. And we are nearly done. So if you have liked this video and you'd like to see some more, subscribe to my YouTube channel and you will see a new video every Friday. There's lots already there. If you're struggling with your craft mojo, go and have a look for something easy and just see what fabulous makes you can make. If you click the little bell, that will let you know every time a video is posted, which is really handy because it means you don't have to remember to go and look. It tells you. And you can shop with me for any of the products you like at creativetheottaway.co.uk if you're in the UK or Northern Ireland. That is it. That is our ta-da. Okay, so I've just got to do the sentiment. So this was it in the Gorgeous Grape, and this is it in Lost Lagoon. Which one do you prefer? Ta-da! Or are you a lovely seam girl? What do you think? Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.